dragon, rock dragon, come get
What's going on, guys? FlashDAIO here, and today we are going to be talking about episode 111, Hito versus Cheated. We start off the episode, backstory about what happened with Goku with Spirit Bomb and Ultra Instinct. It was cool. 110 absolute, 5 out of 5, no questions asked. 110 was basically showcasing Jiren's overwhelming power and showcasing Goku's awakened power. We still only don't know what it is because Full Ball Saiyajin Blue came later. Toei Animation usually kind of throws us a name and then gives us what it actually is later. We still don't have Kale's exact name of her form, but that's just kind of, we're calling it Berserker right now, which is fine. So this form is right now called Ultra Instinct, and I'm sticking to my guns and stating that this is a stat booster versus a form of a Super Saiyajin. So, like I said, episode 110 was a 5 out of 5. We're going to get into the rating of episode 111, guys. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and shift over to that review, and we will see you guys on the flip side. Alright, guys, so we start off the episode with Frieza about to charge Goku with some sort of key. EyesOfTheFox.com said it, ICPJ said it. It was just an understood fact that would be so stupid for Frieza to kill Goku right then and there. That's because not only does Goku get killed, Frieza gets eliminated. Frieza wants to stay alive, so why would you know what I'm saying? It wasn't logical. So Goku even notices, he has his power back. Frieza's like, all debts are settled. So, like, if anyone reads the 48 Laws of Power, there's a law, I can't remember the name, or I can't remember which law in the 48 Laws of Power, but there's a law that states, there's no such thing as a free lunch. So, Frieza giving Goku this power, all well and dandy for now, but there's a cost to it. He states all debts are settled. There's a lot more to that than what it actually is. Really liking the character development of Frieza in Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power arc. We're getting a lot of development in characters versus attacks and forms and this, that, and the other. We're getting more development, so we might even get Frieza pushed to the edge later on, which I definitely want to see. I want to see Frieza get cornered and he has to get out on his own will. That would be dope because I think Frieza would be able to handle himself. Frieza lets Goku know that the gods were talking and they were whispering amongst each other about what his form was, and he told him it was Ultra Instinct. So Frieza is smart because, one, if you bring a Saiyan within an inch of his life and he's still alive, he gets a Zenkai boost. Frieza's knowledge of Saiyans gives Goku even more power. So think about it. Hit versus Dispo. Hit improves to be able to fight Jiren. So now if Hit was still in the tournament and he defeated Jiren, Hit's improvement would have been a huge factor. But as you can see, even Topo noticed that when Hit was fighting Jiren, he was like, he's actually doing quite well. So it was, that's just giving you like the, hey, Hit improved. If you guys agree or disagree, leave the comment in the comment section below because, I'm thinking that Hit was definitely not going to be able to handle Jiren without Dispo. I think without, like I said before, without Dispo, Hit wasn't able to handle Jiren at all. And with Goku getting a new form, getting shredded, he was within an inch of his life. And Frieza giving him power, instant Zenkai boost. Okay, guys? So Goku fought Jiren and he's in the tournament. And Frieza knows, hey, I want you to keep fighting. because you're gonna handle Jiren. I don't want nothing to do with it. So Frieza knows that by healing Goku, Goku becomes stronger. When Goku is stronger, he's able to handle more. So the gods thought they were impressed with Goku before. He now has a Zenkai boost. So if you guys agree or disagree, leave a comment in the comment section below about, Hit's improvement, Goku's Zenkai boost, because I'm thinking these guys are about to be super OP, because Jiren is honestly like infinite. So Hit and Jiren start throwing hands, and right off the bat, Jiren starts noticing the Tokichobashi and like what it actually is and how troublesome it could be. Because he even was like, this is the Tokichobashi. So Hit's going around, he's getting tagged, he's learning like what Jiren's counters are. He's getting there, he's digging in. He's not connecting on anything. He's only blocking and getting pummeled. And Jiren is throwing hands. Like, he's throwing massive hands at Hit. And even Hit brings it up, like, these are the hits Goku was feeling. They're definitely way heavier than I thought. Like, I mean, even Hit was like, whoa, this guy is strong. Jiren asked Hit, like, do you intend to beat me? Because you're foolish if you do, pretty much. And we now get to see Jiren's personality. He's not the Justice Flash or the Justice Kick or the Punch, like none of that. He's not any of that at all. He's the bee's knees. Like, he can talk because he can walk it, Everyone's like, oh, Jiren's cocky. I'm like, if I'm talking about myself and I'm the best at what I do, I don't consider that cocky at all because it's true. So Jiren can walk around Mr. Big Dick because, he's pummeled everyone. Doesn't matter. Like, Kale was a threat. What it up? Like, please. What it up? Like, done. Hit, like, we'll get to that in a second. So after Jiren asks Hit if he intends to beat him, they start talking, and then Hit time skips up to Jiren, and they're staring at each other, right? Out of nowhere, Jiren turns around and punches at nothing and Hit's right there. So I thought this was really interesting as an attack that Hit created, I guess. Like, Hit can store time through some sort of space in his dimension. So say he stores like 5 minutes. That's him like walking around 5 minutes, going wherever he wants. It's such an assassin ninja move. But for some reason, Jiren was able to adapt to that, which, you're in a different time, space, dimension, and you're still able to detect some sort of presence. Then, we all saw the episode, so, wow. Even Jiren was a little like, that was interesting. It's an interesting attack. So this was a little shocker for both sides, because, you could see it. So they start throwing hands again, and, Hit's starting to adapt to Jiren, time skipping all over the place, and Jiren's like, how long are you going to repeat this? Like, I'm done. Like, you're wasting time. And, Hit's like, this is my job. Like, get out of here. I'm doing my job. This is what I do, fam. And so Goku's watching from, amongst the mountains, and he's about to get a sneak attack from Universe 6 Warriors. I thought this was a waste of time debuting the Namekians, because them just now being introduced into the tournament and how they portrayed them, it just looks like they're fodder. You get the Namekians, they're about to shoot Goku in the ass pretty much, and Gohan and Piccolo deflect the ki blast. Another thing, why they got gloves on the dude? Like, why you put gloves on the Namekian? This ain't Lord Slug. Like, this is just a Namekian. So, they notice that Piccolo's a Namekian, and Piccolo looks like he's ready to get out some frustration on these guys. Like, he's smiling a little too much. So, my theory with Piccolo is that he's like, hell yeah, I got more Namekians. I'm about to absorb them cats and gain more power. So, so Piccolo fuses with Nail. Piccolo fuses with Kami. and then he gets 2 more Namekians that are probably powerful. I mean, they're in a tournament of power. He fuses with them 2. I mean, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, leave a comment in the comment section below, seriously, because if this becomes true and Piccolo absorbs both Namekians, then, I mean, what type of power would he have? Would it be par with Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue? Would Piccolo obtain Ultra Instinct? Well, let's not go with the last one, but I'm just saying, like, I think that might be why he's smiling. Like, he's about to just Majin Buu these cats, and I think that's going to be really interesting if he does do that, because I would really love to see the stat boost that he gets from it. Granted, he might have a little bit more voices. He might have some more voices in his head, but that's for another time in story. That's way later in life. After they showcase the new Namekians going against Gohan and Piccolo, they now shift to Vegeta and Reveiw. So this is really interesting because Vegeta's in base form, and my theory with Vegeta is that he's been working so hard on his base form that he understands that the way his Super Saiyan powers work is the stronger your base form, the stronger the multiplier. I think that's why Vegeta's just been in base form, base form, base form. He's trying to make his base form stronger so that when he does do the Super Saiyan multiplier, Super Saiyan Blue multiplier, etc., it's a higher key level output than what it would be if his base form wasn't as strong. So I think Vegeta has a little bit more tricks up his sleeve. They're not really showcasing anything yet, but I'm really interested to see if that is true or not, because I've noticed that, you know, Vegeta hasn't really been turning it on like he would be. Maybe they're saving things for another rainy day. It's supposedly supposed to be 133 episodes left, so that is about 22 episodes left in the remainder of Dragon Ball Super. I don't know exactly if that's confirmed or not, so don't hold me to it, but I think that we're just at 133 episodes for Super. Don't know of any projects outside of those episodes, so I assume we'll be leaning on the manga to kind of wrap things up for the Tournament of Power. You know, Tortaro is probably going to give us everything that we needed, that we wanted from the anime, and so we'll most likely be leaning on the manga for a good minute, but then we'll just, you know, they'll probably come up with the time skip or the, you know, whatever, Goku's finally dead or forever, he's a Hakaishin, so whatever. We'll just have to see. So it's rumored to have 22 more episodes left. The Tournament of Power started in episode 97. So we got a few, we're about maybe 11, I would predict 11 episodes left of the Tournament of Power. And then we'll get maybe like the last 10 to 12 episodes, give or take, a few, just to kind of wrap up Super and kind of give us a bigger picture cliffhanger for the next series. With Vegeta fighting Reveiw, it's pointless, he's knocking her around. Then Vegeta just starts obliterating her, and she's just pretty much done. But it's base form Vegeta, so nothing really flashy happens. And so Rosie comes in, saves the day, and hides with Reveiw in the cave, and Vegeta just kind of storms off looking for him. They have their little pep talk. I'm not going to get into it. It's wasting time. I care about the time. And I'm not the only one that hates Reveiw anymore, because there are people on YouTube now that are like, I hate Reveiw. Thank you very much, because I've been hated her. She's like the Yamcha. Like, there's no point. Like, she has no point. Like, one thing I didn't like about this episode is, one, the Namekian scene, and two, the Reveiw scene. They were pointless. There was no reason. There's no, like, the filler. Like, me and Isaac the Fox talk about this all the time. The filler in Super is so, you know, pointless. Like, if we had filler in Dragon Ball Z, it was like, or Dragon Ball, it was, oh, this was actually meant for the story. Like, this has nothing to do with anything about Universe 7 at all. So I just wrapping up Rebrand, she needs to go. So after this pointless filler, we then kick to Hit and Jiren. Hit is getting crushed, dude. It doesn't matter. Jiren has adapted to Tokitobashi. Like, there's no openings. He's ready. Jiren comes in, boom, 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 uppercut. Hit goes through the rocks, boulders falling all over the place, like nothing. He's getting crushed. And then Khalifa's like, it's now our turn to join. You just obtained Super Saiyan Blue, and you think that you're gonna take on Jiren the Gray, the Beast himself? No, definitely not. Like, there's no way in hell that Caulifla and Kale, who already got triggered by Jiren, they're gonna be able to handle him. So Kaba stops him, and Kaba stops him and says, hey, Hit has a plan, so let's wait for him. Let's not rush into anything, and let's make sure everything goes in. So Hit's behind the boulders, and he states that his body has adapted to Hit's countermeasures, all this, that, and the other. And I actually forgot that, Hit does that. His body actually adapts as well as, his skills. So this is basically stating that Hit is improving. So it's a little frightening if they bring Hit back after the tournament because, well, he's got an improvement from fighting Jiren the Gray, which I still think is very substantial. So Hit uses the assassin move, the heart clincher as I call it, through the rocks to hit Jiren. So Jiren's like futile, just blocks it. But then, since Hit has adapted to Jiren's movements, he was able to use the time skip, go behind Jiren, and fire back a huge punch to the heart. So Jiren goes flying back, sliding towards the edge. But this ain't no trio de danger. Just because Jiren was towards the edge does not mean that he's about to get knocked off. Jiren looks down and is like, what a futile move. But then, so I have a few questions about what happened next. So I'm wondering if Jiren healed himself and it activated the time cage, or that's part of the attack. Instead of killing you, it pops out and activates around it. So I'm thinking it's part of the attack. So if Hit were to do that to Goku, then Goku would be like, and then it would pop out, and then Goku would be just froze. Really interesting attack. You guys let me know what you guys think, because I honestly am a little confused. Because, Jiren could have the ability to heal himself, and Hit would be the one to adapt his assassin's attack to not a killer move, but a move of a stalemate. So then Hit freezes Jiren in time. So basically it's like Master Roshi's lightning surprise attack. He can paralyze you, but that's it. So he's, Hit's just standing there holding him. Jiren, he's still able to move, which Vados explains, his power transcends time itself. This frightening strength, like overwhelming power. And so Hit basically tells Kaba, Caulifla, and Kale, you guys need to go. It's time for you guys to do your roles, fight the other warriors. Universe 6 needs to win. And so they go off and fight the other guys, and Hit is basically going to freeze Jiren until the time is up. So that's about 25 minutes worth of frozen time. By Jiren having infinite power, he basically just waits until Hit's power runs out. Because if Hit would have had infinite power like Jiren, then it would have just been... But because Hit has... it's basically Goku using up all his energy to push back the Genki Dama. Same thing. Hit's trying to hold Jiren, still, and it's so much power that he can't hold it because his power is draining, but Jiren has ultimate power. So basically hits like, you know, I'm about to run out of power, all chips on the table. I'm going for it even though it's not very assassin-like. So he charges at Jiren with just unlimited power. I don't know exactly what's going on because, I mean, it's hard to explain the physics of what's actually going on with what Hit is generating versus what's actually happening to Jiren and how Jiren has the actual power to counter it. So, I'm not necessarily good at doing those types of in-depth analysis videos, but if anyone out there would like to kind of comment in the comment section below and kind of clarify exactly the physics of Hit, what his attack was, how is it affecting Jiren, how is Jiren able to counter it, let me know, because I'm not that type of science guy. Hit charges at Jiren. Jiren basically glares at it and basically says assassin's pride, rubbish, crushes it. Hit tries to counter with punches. You know, Jiren, you know, he's like professional boxer, then just, I mean, just pummels him. Jiren, after he just gets done pummeling him, he basically knocks him through like 50 mountains. I mean, Hit flies past Kaba and Caulifla and them. They barely can stand. Hit gets basically flipped over through more rocks. He gets up trying to recover. Jiren, no mercy, pops in, boom, shoots Hit up in the air. Hit's flailing. Then Jiren hits him with the Naruto. Orida. Boom. Hit goes way out. He's done. Champa's surprised, but gives Hit, you know, the support. You know, props to Champa for kind of, you know, good job, Hit. You know, that was awesome. Your leadership will have an impact on the others, so, you know, it's okay. Jiren, you know, he's on another level. You know, Universe 11, they basically are like, he's on another level. He's in a class of his own. He's the pride of Universe 11. So, I mean, they're talking big talk right now. So then Jiren decides, you know, oh, it's halftime now. I'm just going to go meditate. So I'm going to get into another conversation about this in a second because, you know, there are some Easter eggs and there are some things dropped in this specific scene that most people probably didn't really notice. So I'm just going to kind of break that down. After Hit gets eliminated, the Daishinkan says, you know, oh, it's halftime, and the sky changes a eerie green color, kind of weird, but maybe that means that the rules are going to get bent. Maybe they can fly now. Maybe they can kill or heal or, you know, this, that, and the other. Something's gonna change. So Jiren goes over and, you know, Toppo and Dispo meet up with him. And what's important is Toppo says, halftime, 50 taps, Judith. Oh. So Jiren's like, yeah, I'll leave the rest to you guys because no one else is worthy because all the fighters I needed to fight are not here anymore. So that's important because it, you know, Toppo's making sure that Jiren knows about something. With Toppo stating that Jiren needs to, I guess, meditate, maybe Jiren does not have infinite power, but he uses, because most people don't know, but Jiren is a pun after a stove, and Toppo is the pun after a pot, and Dispo is the pun after a disposal. So you have a stove, a pot, and a disposal. Jiren is a stove, so he is in oven mode to gain his power back, like a battery. The hotter he is, the more power he has. That's why I'm thinking that Goku producing the heat was Goku's match to Jiren, because Jiren is heat. Because if you look back at 110, Jiren sucks the heat out of Goku. So my prediction is that this is oven mode, and this is how Jiren maintains his power. So he might have been about 20% left of power. So now that he can just meditate and have a wall of energy around him, he can just, gain power back. So it's up to Dispo and Topo to, defend and whatever, make it till the end of the tournament. And another thing with Jiren being a stove, one thing that they're really making a showcase on, like in the outro of the last outro, it had Jiren's eyes blinking. So his eyes have something to do with his power. So what has eyes? A stove. How many does it have? 4. So if you notice, they showed the blue eyes once. It was towards the beginning. I don't know if that was just them having the black eyes really up close. But from what I've seen red, yellow, black, and blue. We'll say blue's not necessarily confirmed, so I'm not really going to get into that one. But the other 3 have significance. The yellow one seems to be the barrier, the push, or like pain, almighty push. It seems like that's what the yellow part is. The red is like a Toki Tobashi, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like the world attack. And the black is more maybe triggers or explosive triggers. Not really keen on the black either, but the red and yellow are definitely significant. So you might have 2 more presets of attacks waiting, but we haven't gotten to those yet. But I think we're getting somewhere with this because Jiren is a stove. He has to turn on the oven to gain back his power. His eyes are the main aspect of what he is and why he's so powerful. Maybe he's just the eyes and the body is just nothing. So you guys let me know what you think about that theory. There have been a lot of theories in this video. We've changed the format of how we edit so we can go a lot longer. So it really makes me excited because I can put more personality into the videos versus cramming everything into 15 minutes. And then I'm like, definitely really excited that we can actually, branch out a little more and get a little bit more content out to you guys. So we're going to be bringing back the box. I know how to do the box again. So don't worry, I got the box coming back. But we just got to get everything nice and pretty. Outside world has not been nice to me lately. But what we're going to do is we're just going to keep trucking on and we're going to keep moving forward. So Jiren states before he goes into oven mode that no one here is worth his time anymore. So that's where Jiren fucked up. Because Jiren stated earlier, Saiyajins, your interesting race, but this heat is your climax. So where he fucked up is he looked at Goku and says, you're worthless. So Goku pretty much got Goku'd by Jiren, like how Goku always mollywops people. He got done what he does to other people to himself. And then Jiren fucked up and gave Goku more motivation like Vegeta. So Goku got Goku'd and then Vegeta'd. Because Jiren's basically like, I'm stronger than you can't do shit. So you gave Goku-san, Son Goku, more motivation. Jiren's weakness is that he underestimated the Super Saiyajin blood. Because I don't know if you know this or not, Jiren, but this isn't Jiren's show. This is the Goku show. I'm so serious. So y'all got to believe that that's where Jiren fucked up. He should have just kept his mouth shut. He shouldn't have been talking so much. But now it's over. Because Goku is going to be so ready to fight Jiren again. Because I think, if you watch Super Dragon Ball Hero videos, those are really cool because they're, outside world spoilers or, just whatever. It's just a lot of interesting stuff. So if you don't know about Super Dragon Ball Heroes, make sure to check that out. But they have Goku and Jiren fighting again in that episode. That's really interesting. So with Goku being weaker than before, he's not ready to challenge Jiren yet. So Universe 3 warriors try to knock Jiren out. They can't touch him because they're not worthy. So Dispo and Topo pretty much are the protectors of Jiren, who doesn't need protection. My question is, why didn't Kale, Caulifla, and Kaba knock out Jiren when he was this close to the edge and just all go full power and knock him out? I mean, maybe he wouldn't have budged even an inch, but I mean, he was right next to the edge. That's my question. I'm like, why didn't y'all just go ahead and capitalize? So with Goku never feeling this way anymore, guys, I think it's really interesting that he gets to be in this situation where someone actually is stronger than Goku. There's someone that actually beat Goku, like how Vegeta pretty much feels every day. That's how Goku feels. So yeah, like I said, Goku's never felt this way before. He's never been pummeled or beaten like that bad. And like I said before, Goku now has a Zenkai boost. So with all that being said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and shift over to the closing announcements, and we will see you guys on the other side. Alright guys, so we got a few questions for you guys. We had stated them in the video earlier, but we got a little long-winded. So we're just going to go ahead and revamp the questions for you guys, just so you can leave some comments in the comment sections. Let's start some discussions, you know, at me on Twitter, FlashDAIO, because, you know, I'm really enjoying the discussion questions, you know, everyone, you know, typing things that they think, you know, outside of these video discussions. With the boost in this, you know, what type of improvement do you think it has? How great of a Zenkai boost did Frieza give Goku? Do you think Vegeta's base form is stronger than Goku's base form, so Vegeta's multiplier is higher? Like, you know, there are a lot of boosts that we could gain from this, and, you know, there's a lot of things getting thrown around really fast. So we just want to get our opinions out there and see what you guys think about them. Because if you think about it, the same thing happened to Vegeta on Namek when he was like, Krillin, shoot me in the stomach and he's going to heal me so that I'll be able to fight these guys. So, same thing, Vegeta was able to handle himself. Like, in episode 110, Goku got Ultra Instinct, everyone's all shocked. But Jiren was still able to handle Ultra Instinct. So, does Jiren have Ultra Instinct? Because he was still able to just knock Goku the fuck out, and no one was really that shocked, I guess, because it's Jiren. With Frieza, what did he actually mean by all debts are settled? Because that is a super Easter egg, like if there's any that ever could be ever. Because I mean, that could mean the death of Goku for infinity. He could just wish that Goku never existed or whatever. Who knows what Frieza's wish is? Because if he gets it, then we're just gonna be done. So also, guys, what do you think about Piccolo absorbing the other Namekians to gain more power? I think that would be dope, because then Piccolo would be seen as phenomenal cosmic power, as, you know, Jiren is right now. Like, you know how in Aladdin, you know, Jafar wishes to be a genie and he's like, phenomenal cosmic power. Like, that's Jiren right now. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Definitely going to be blasting some Archmage Chapter 4 this time. It's a brand new release. You guys go check it out. It's definitely for free download. So with all that being said, guys, you guys jam out to some Archmage, and we will see you guys on the flip side.